In Europe, the case of infections in Spain is quite alarming, especially the death toll right now in Spain is beyond 4,000 already. And overall, the infection cases in Spain is quite rising sharply every day. So right now, let's listen to what's going on in Madrid, capital of Spain. Right now, we have Mr. Rogier Schulpen with us directly from Madrid of Spain. Rogier Schulpen, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
How are you?
So we're fine, gladly, right? So we're here at home with our two children and with my wife, and in that respect we're all safe. But outside is a totally different reality right now, right? If we just the latest death rates in Spain through, and over the past 24 hours, 769 people died, right? So that means that in Spain, every 2 minutes somebody dies of the virus. And that is quite impressive, right? And you see that very much if you go outside right now, because 2.5 weeks ago, when really it started kicking off here in Spain, everybody was in bars, the streets were full, right? The restaurants were full. Then they told the schools to close, right? So the children had to stay home. Then everybody had to work from home. Then we could still go on the street and we could walk the dog. Now you're not allowed to go on the street anymore. You're not allowed to walk your dog anymore. And people can only go to the supermarket and only with one person, right? So, and you notice that if you now go outside, there's just nobody on the street anymore. People take it very seriously, which gives a bit of an eerie feeling, but I think it's a good thing.
So you think the stay-at-home measure that you're in effect now, does it help with reducing the seriousness of the situation, or at least that is showing the number of infection cases?
I'm not a doctor, but it's not showing in the numbers, right? So today the 769 deaths that we've seen over the 24 hours is the highest one we've seen up to now. And we have already these measures in place for a bit more than 2 weeks, right? For 2.5 weeks. So I don't know if those deaths much more if we would not have taken these steps. But at this moment, the problem is still growing.
For how long have you stayed at home, Rogier?
So we're now 2.5 weeks at home. So Tuesday, 2 weeks ago, everybody was ordered to stay at home. So, and then in the beginning, so the children really have been 2.5 weeks inside. We have still gone outside to buy some things, to walk the dog, right, to do the basic shopping. But for the children, have been just 2.5 weeks being inside the house.
And do you have any idea how much longer do you have to be in this situation?
Well, it's difficult to say, right? They just extended it in Spain to 2 more weeks at least. But at this moment, the problem is still growing. So I would be very surprised if in 2 weeks we're outside. And it's also difficult to judge because even if the amount of deaths are going down, you just don't know if the government will immediately open everything up, right? Because then the problem might immediately resurge again. So my guess, we got actually an email just from the school that they think the children might not come to school here anymore, right? Which basically means that in June the problem might continue.
So are there now police, patrolling the street to make sure that people who are not supposed to be out on the streets are not there?
Yeah, very much so, right? So in the beginning, the first days, everybody was in the park, and everybody was on the street. Now people take it more serious, but for instance, they installed this rule of not walking the dog yesterday, and we were not aware of that in the morning. So we were on the street, or I was on the street, and the police immediately comes and tells me to go inside. And you also see, right, they are now installing fines for people that are on the street for other reasons than just the supermarket. And the amount of fines that have been issued are going up very fast. So they're getting stricter and stricter.
Mm-hmm. National lockdown is happening for the whole country in Spain, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. So it started in mainly in Madrid, and how it has been extended to the whole country. right? So also the beaches have been closed, people who live closer to the beach cannot go to the beach. All parks are closed, and everything is open.
But there's no shortage of supplies of basic essential goods in groceries, supermarkets, right?
No, for the
I think, yeah.
No, so when they just started these measures, people were panicking a little bit, so everybody ran to the supermarket and bought as much stuff as possible. And so then there were some products that were not available anymore. The typical products like toilet paper, right, the canned food, those kind of things. But now everybody's stocked up, and the supermarkets are full, and most products are there at the time.
Now, in Thailand, we are a step away from following your footsteps now. So, do you have any advice for our people in Thailand?
Well, I would say take it seriously, right? We noticed that here in Spain, in the beginning, everybody was quite relaxed, right? Also, a lot of young people think like, well, it doesn't touch me, because even if I get ill, right, the chance that I will die from this is very small. But I would urge people to take it seriously, because here now the amount of people that are in the hospital is totally overwhelming. The government, they took the event center and they converted that into makeshift hospitals, right? And there people are just being loaded in by buses, and normally these are elderly people that are lying there on their own in an event center without any people allowed to visit them. And that is very sad, right? These are people that already, because they're old, they're confused because they're taken out of their house. They have a risk of getting or dying. They're lying there just alone. So I think the advice is a little bit like, well, don't do it only for yourself, right? Do it also out of respect for the people, and especially for the old, right? They don't think that they deserve to lie there in these kind of circumstances. So my advice is, yes, be very careful and follow all the instructions that the government will give.
And overall, what's the public sentiment regarding this COVID-19 from the very beginning until now? How do you see people respond change over time?
Yeah, I think that changed very fast. In the beginning, right, people were actually seeing it a little bit as a joke even, right? So you see some people laughing and being together. Then people took it very seriously, because we're a bit like, okay, right, this affects a lot of people. Now the sentiment is that people are not only afraid of getting infected, but they're very afraid for their job security, right? There are a lot of companies at this moment that do not sustain anymore to pay the employees. And here in Spain, there are thousands of people who are self-employed or have a little job. So those people are now not only afraid for getting infected, but they're very, very afraid about the future, right? So can they pay the school of their children? Can they pay their hospitals? So right, and here there were already many people in Spain, because of the crisis, that had just difficulties at the end of the month to meet ends, right? And these people now do not have any income anymore. So I think that more people are now afraid than they were a few weeks ago, because they see the seriousness of this situation. And on the other hand, right, so you see very beautiful things. You see people who are helping, you see people being very creative, right? So having the children have online classes, the computer every morning, we do training sessions with our personal training online. On the other hand, if you go to the street, you also see people a bit more scared and perhaps a little bit more aggressive sometimes. So if you go to the soup, if you're getting too close to other people get a bit like, get out of my way right now, right? So you see a bit of a double reaction. One reaction which is very, very social and very much like, let's help each other. And the other reaction is also a little bit that perhaps people are now tired, more afraid, and therefore a bit more aggressive.
And
so I know that your life must have been disrupted quite a lot by what is happening. So when you see the people you know these days, what are the first things you say to each other?
Everybody checks if they're okay, right? So that is the first that people think. People try to, it's funny, people feel the social media effect has been amazing, right? Because if this would have happened, let's say, 30 years ago, it would be isolated. We have no apps here where people go for a drink at night through an app, right? So you connect to the app, everybody sits in their home, they have a glass of beer, they talk a bit with each other. So I think that after 2 weeks, people are looking at those and then people are becoming very creative, right? So first of all, we check on each other if we're okay, and then we try to pick up their lives as normal as possible.
Yes. And Rogier, right now, can you still go out each day? Do you go out of your place at least for like once, twice a day?
No.
No?
So the children are not allowed at all, right? So they stay inside. And people are only allowed to go to the supermarket or to the pharmacy, and only with one person. And what we try to do is to only go to the supermarket every 2-3 days and just normally. So people are just not getting out at all. So I have to say we are lucky that we have a place to be outside, just within our house. But there are many people who don't have terraces, who don't have gardens, and they're not leaving their house at all. We're just staying inside.
Okay, hang in there, Rogier. We are in the same boat in Thailand as well.
Lucky you. You still have time to take measures, so I hope it goes better in Thailand than it goes here in Spain.
Thank you. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yes.
too. Thank you so much.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Yeah, okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So that's Rogier Schulpen sharing his experience live from Madrid of Spain. Right now the situation is getting quite serious with the number of death toll rising quite sharply in Spain, and the situation seems getting quite worse, especially in the past 2 weeks, and public sentiment is a bit lower and lower because they know that this is really serious, and right now they try to comply with the government order to stay at home and to try to stay away from each other right now, following social distancing.